All right, great win, great win. Really proud of the team, proud of the coaches. Feel really great for our fans and supporters. The number one largest alumni base in America with over 800,000, and it's a great road win.
Is Curt shared a moment with a couple more outside when we walk off the field. I know this means a lot to everybody in that locker room, but the JMU players that followed you here, you've had this journey with them. He was one of your first commits. What's this like to have
Yeah.
this moment?
Well, you got like guys like Kamara and Fisher and others that were at JMU, and a lot of the staff that's been together all along, Elon, and they can relate to this game because, like, you talk about great wins on the road, and I've had three or four of them at my prior places. I'm talking like of this magnitude at a relative level. I mean, you go play App State, first year in the Sun Belt, they've just beat A&M, and early in the year, and you're down 28-3 in the second quarter, and you talk about being resilient and having an indomitable will that can't be subdued or defeated. Same thing at Elon, second year. You go play JMU, number one in the country. They've outscored the first three opponents 180-6. You ask the same thing of your guys. You overcome big time adversity in the first half at the end of the game and win with 30 seconds to go. This one, really proud of the guys. We hung in there. We couldn't stay on sides for a while, and then for a while we had a bunch of guys laying on the ground. And I was like, what's going on here? And then they'd return a play or two later. I thought they were starting to get some good run chunks, and we weren't getting rhythm on offense. And I thought Frankie's field goal was really big, just like last week against Iowa. That end of the half score gave us momentum going in the locker room, and our defense was tremendous in the second half. Our kicking game was really good all day. And the offense made the plays when they had to. Mendoza extended plays, made plays with his legs. And the play to Surratt obviously was huge, huge. That's a one-on-one ball, third and long, inside the 10. Those are hard to convert. And just really proud of everybody.
Rabbit and Sammy.
Yeah, big picture. Indiana, last year you said Indiana plays they never did. This is another first ever. But it's a big one. I mean, this puts you guys in a position to host a playoff game, a lot of other things. Just how significant is this for taking the program to like the top level?
Well, it depends on what we do with it from here. It's a great win against the number 2 ranked team in the country on the road who had an 18-game home winning streak, right? And it puts us in position, if we can continue to be successful, which means we have to show up to work on Monday as a team, humble and hungry, ready to go against Michigan State, right? The challenges that this team's going to have this week. So, but it's a great win.
Sammy then Jim.
Coach, the fourth quarter, you outgained them 104 yards before the last drive to -8. What was the difference in that? You held them off almost over 38 minutes.
I thought our defense really took it to them in the second half. Won the line of scrimmage, run game and pass game, put pressure on the quarterback. And, the offense, made the plays when they needed to. They had us off balance. They have a good defense. And the false starts obviously were an issue. But we just took it to them in the second half. And our guys played one play at a time like we asked them to. And then next play, and, our guys wanted it, showed on the field they wanted it, and did the things they had to do to be successful.
Jim on your left and Pat.
Curt, I know you go all the outside ways and don't pay attention to what national people say, but I know you actually see it. And what has it been like this to those? There's nothing that you said about this team not being capable of playing the best in the country.
No, you can still say something about a team. Look, I really, last year, I was the way I was because I thought I needed to be taking over this program, kind of lead the charge the way I was out there a little bit. I knew that early on in December, okay? I thought we established credibility last season, and I didn't need to be that way, and I could focus in on what I do best, coach this football team this year. And you got to understand, some people are always going to be for you. Some people are always going to be against you because they need to be. And then there's a group in the middle, right? So we played Illinois, who was 9th in the country, right? And we played Oregon, who was 2nd in the country. We won at Iowa, which is a really hard place to play, which a lot of people would have called a trap game. So now the key is how we respond to Michigan State.
Pat, Mike.
You guys were confident going into Illinois. What was the confidence level here, and what areas did you think you could exploit?
I really felt like our team was in a good place. The most important thing to me was our mindset going into this game. That we believed, expected, prepared to make it happen, and could handle the ups and downs of the game without flinching, showing frustration and anxiety. And that was the only thing you don't know until you play the game. And we passed that test. And I think every game you try to put the best game plan together. Our defense really got after them, I think, in that second half. And many times in the first half, too. And offense made enough plays. So I had a lot of respect for this team that we beat. I have a lot of respect for Dan Lanning. And it's a great win for our program.
Mike and then Zach.
Second game in a row, Fernando's thrown a fourth quarter interception and immediately responded with a fourth quarter game-winning touchdown. What does that say about him?
That's resiliency right there. That's like being the rubber ball, right? If you're not resilient, you don't want to be like the crystal chandelier. When you drop it, it breaks in a million pieces. You want to be like the rubber ball. It bounces right back in your hand. And that's what he did after he threw the interception on 3rd and 2, right? Now, the receiver could have flattened that thing a little better, right? And the guy undercut it. But he came right back and made the plays and wasn't affected by, the previous play. In this game, if you want to play the best you can be, you got to always play like this, never too high, never too low. Not affected by success, not affected by failure during the course of the game.
Zach in front, we'll wrap with Ralph.
Coach, the noise we can hear outside, what does that mean to you to get this win?
I'm really happy for our fans and our supporters. We have great supporters. And, I'm looking forward to, once I'm done with all my media stuff, enjoying it a little bit.
Ralph in the back, last one.
Curt, last year, similar situations, much more disappointing performances on the road against really good teams. Is this team just better than last year? What's the difference?
I really just don't want to compare teams. I don't want to go down that road. Ohio State won national championship. Notre Dame was 2nd in the country. So there's a lot of football left to be played. A lot. So how are we going to respond from this game? How's Oregon going to respond from this game, right?
Thanks, guys. Let's wrap players
Thanks.
out in here.